Caregivers. I'm your host and certified caregiving consultant, Alison Van Schie of Alongside Caregiver Consulting. This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Cabinteely Contractors in the Comox Valley, where we care too. Licia Thompson provided great insights from the lessons she learned through her life experiences as a caregiver and in her leadership roles in business. And she now combines her skills and is a reinvention strategist, which allows her to help others move forward after caregiving. Some of the lessons Licia shared in the full episode of the podcast include taking her own health seriously. She describes how she had been in go mode, ensuring that her parents and their health needs were well taken care of at the cost of her own well-being. She learned to look for the positives in situations. She learned that a leave of absence is there for a reason. So if you're a caregiver and also working, and if you have the opportunity to take a leave of absence from your career responsibilities, think about doing just that. She learned that she needed to take a pause, especially when she was in go mode. She learned the value of accepting help, but she initially didn't handle accepting help well at all. She didn't want to inconvenience others and kept telling them she was fine or she'd get back to them. It took her a while to learn to accept the help that was available and right in front of her. She learned it was unnecessary and even unhealthy not to accept help. And now she promotes how vital self-care is. And part of that is letting go, even if it's just one little thing. Here's more from Licia directly, talking about her number one tip.
That probably would be the number one, is to acknowledge and receive when people are kind and generous and want to help. It's not necessarily about trust either, because sometimes you think, well, I can't because I only trust myself. But when it comes to the day-to-day, like meal prep and things of that nature, people are wanting to help. And it's often the person who you are the caregiver for. Think about it. They have a friend circle as well and family. They want to help that person who is their friend in that person's time of need. And if the family is saying, thank you so much, I appreciate it, I just can't think of anything. But there are things. Yeah. So don't hurt other people's feelings by denying them the opportunity to show up for their really close friend or family member.
So the bottom line is, let people help. And remember, by not letting them help, we may be robbing our loved one of having their friends and family members actively involved in their lives. I invite you to listen to the full episode of the Island Treasures podcast called Moving Forward After Caregiving, and take a moment to pause and reflect on how accepting an offer of help may benefit your own well-being. And if you find yourself in the midst of your own caregiving journey and need some supports, I invite you to tap into alongsidecaregiverconsulting.ca. Thanks for listening to this mini version or watching the video version of the podcast. And to Licia Thompson, thank you for sharing your caregiving story and your lessons learned. Take care.